It's not supposed to be easy. You're coming from a place of fear, insecurity, overwhelm, never putting yourself first, right? Giving so much of yourself, people pleasing, trying to fit in, all that kind of stuff. And there are many lessons that you have to learn and you have to go through. And sometimes you do have to choose to quit, only to figure out 6 months later that you made the wrong decision. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode on the Luke Mind Power podcast. You're tuning in on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever you're tuning in from, any other podcast platform, I want to say thank you. Before I start talking about why you shouldn't give up, I want to extend my deepest gratitude, as deep as I can go from the bottom of my heart. If you are tuning in right now, I want you to know that I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support, for your love, for following my journey, for being a part of my life. So many of us, I guess, we get really bogged down in just like the life of what we're trying to achieve, and we forget about all the things that we need to be grateful and happy for. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. And so I really want to extend my deepest gratitude right now for everyone who tunes into the Luke Mind Power podcast. If you listen on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening to this, if you're watching me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you so much for sharing my work. Thank you so much for loving on me. Because the journey of 1,000 miles, it starts with a single step. And if you never start, you'll never get there. Once upon a time, there was 0 episodes. This podcast didn't even exist. And now there's over 300 episodes. So I'm really grateful for all of your love and support. It doesn't go unseen. There's so much content that I'm putting out there on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, on all these platforms. And I see your comments, I may not be able to reply to all of them straight away, but I see your comments. I see you sharing my work. I see your love. I see the things that you write. And I want you to know that I see you. Because the truth is, all of your comments, like all of your love, even when you guys like send me badges on Instagram, or you subscribe to my Instagram profile or my Facebook profile, or you send me gifts on TikTok, or you subscribe on YouTube, like all of that energy is like sending me positive energy. It lifts me up, man. And that's why I say money is energy. You know what I mean? It's just a tool. But like when I'm putting out this good energy, there's a lot of you guys that also send it back to me. And I want you to know that I appreciate you. It's why I keep doing what I'm doing. It's not an easy process, and you have to learn how to be able to monetize your business when you're using social media, because if you're putting out content out there and you're not able to learn how to monetize it or make money from what you're doing, eventually you just burn yourself out. There is no way, ladies and gentlemen, that I would be able to live my dreams and do what I'm doing if it wasn't for you guys. But I had to learn how to actually monetize this and to be able to bring my life into the dreams by actually having my coaching programs, being a life coach, and teaching people what I know. Using my social platforms with dancing and quotes and going live and creating a podcast and having a YouTube channel and doing all of this. But a lot of energy has to go into this. Like my outgoings every single month are huge. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy how much expenses I have. So I have to actually have, enough to be able to cover that, because there's a lot of investment involved. But that's business, In business, you got to put in before you get out. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because you think, you're a digital nomad, you're living online, you can travel and go and work from wherever you want. Yeah. But you know how many things that I have to pay for everything to run? It's crazy. You just think, you don't have any expenses because you don't have to rent an office. Man, there are so many apps. There are so many platforms that you have to sign up to. You have to invest into, like it is ridiculous, But again, you can sit there and say, well, it's not worth it, or you can sit there and go, well, is it worth it living my dreams? Is it worth it to to be doing what I love. And someone once said that, the definition of success is doing what you love and getting paid for it. And I got to tell you, that's exactly what I'm doing. Is this something that I'll be doing forever? I think that I'll be speaking forever. I think I'll be motivating forever. I think that this is my gift. I know it, but it's definitely not the be all and end all of the things that I'm going to be kind of focusing or investing in. I definitely am opening my mind up to, new business ventures and new investment opportunities and networking and connecting with like-minded people to create more abundance and more opportunity out there in different avenues of life and business. So it's very exciting. But again, you don't get to where you want to be overnight. You know what I mean? The journey really is an ongoing journey. It's something that you have to realize, as you've heard me mention many, many times in my podcast, is once you start the journey of success, personal growth, change, it doesn't stop. You have to pay attention to this rule. Okay, so and that's why I said at the beginning of this podcast, okay, this is the Luke Mind Power podcast. It is here to wake you up to your greatness. It's not here so that you give up on yourself. It's a tool that you can use. Use this energy that I put out, that I create every single week. Big shout out to Legacy Media, is my podcast team that manages my podcast, that creates and edits and puts all this stuff onto YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, if I didn't have that team, there's no way I would be able to create what I'm creating and share it. I could do it myself, but it wouldn't be as good. You know what I mean? So I have people that help me because I wouldn't be able to do this by myself. Your team is really, really important. But when you start the journey of change, ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge reminder. When you start, it's a commitment. When you start, it's not supposed to be easy. Sit here in this moment and accept that if you're at the crossroads, if you're ready for transformation, change, if you're ready to create a new life, a new version of yourself that you've never been before, a new success, a new business, whatever that is, it's not supposed to be easy. Your mindset can make it easy because every challenge that you experience can be like, wow, that's happening for a reason. I'm going to learn from this experience. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh, there's another challenge. Your mindset obviously will help you, but it's going to be overwhelming. You're coming from a place of fear, insecurity, overwhelm, never putting yourself first, right? Giving so much of yourself, people pleasing, trying to fit in, all that kind of stuff. There's a reason why you come back to yourself when you go, damn, I need some motivation. I need some inspiration. I need something that's going to fuel me, something that's going to lift me up. And then you start to do it and you get overwhelmed. Or the mind, which is just resistance to change, your subconscious conditioning mind, which has just been a culmination of all of your days and experiences and hours and minutes and everything that you've been through in the past. It's all stored in your head. And so all of a sudden you decide that it's time for change. It's time to evolve. It's time for me to become better. It's time for me to give myself more love and attention that I've ever given in my life. And this is what it's all about. It's about, hey, you want to commit yourself to 12 months, to 24 months, solid, of a bit more solitude, putting yourself first, like really, really showing up for yourself and saying, for once in my fucking life, I'm going to give to me, and I'm going to give to me, I'm looking for a word, unapologetically. I'm going to give to me. I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm just going to do it. And if you can't understand it, if you can't appreciate it, if you can't respect me, what are we going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I'm not being respected anymore. Oh, people are hating on me. Oh, they don't want me to grow. Oh, I'm disturbing the peace in the family now. People are judging me. People don't understand me. Fucking good. They're not supposed to. And you don't need people in your life that can't fucking appreciate your growth. You don't need people. You don't need family. You don't need friends. You don't need fucking anyone. You need your fucking self. Your true authentic self will help you to evolve to levels that will connect you on the right vibrational frequency with the right fucking people that will love the shit out of you, that are meant to fucking be in your life. And if your own fucking family that you think that you love, that they love you as well, are going to fucking have your back and they don't, it's okay. You need to have your own fucking back. As long as you got your back, most important. And you don't have to go out and hate on anyone. You don't have to hate on people who don't understand you or don't respect you, because that's not you. Your purpose is to get back into that deeper connection and authentic place of who you truly are. And the only way that that's going to happen is if you actually pour into yourself and take the time to give yourself more attention for once in your life. You're only listening to this podcast. You're only tuning in right now because you know there's a greater calling in your life. You know that there's something in you that you haven't freaking discovered yet. It's fucking yearning. It's churning. It's something in you that you know that's like, what is it? I'm fucking asking these questions for so many years. There's something in me. I haven't figured it out. There's some sort of greatness, some sort of power, some sort of amazing gift and magic that I've got within myself. I haven't found it yet, but I know it's there. And I know this because I was living like this for so many freaking years, ladies and gentlemen. I was thinking and I was asking and I was looking around, I was comparing myself and I was like, man, what is it? What is it? Why are they living like that? Why is their success happening so quickly? Why are they smarter than me? It's like, nah, man, it's not that they were smarter than me. It's not that their life went in a better direction. It was that my life had to go in a specific direction. I had to go through specific avenues and streets and highways and rejections and fucking bullying and all this negative stuff that I felt that really pushed me down when really I needed to be pushed down. I needed to be hurt. I needed to be on the ground. I needed to have my back against the wall. I needed to be my own worst enemy. I needed to be fucking stuck. It's not going to happen for you to become this new person when you don't realize you have to become a new person. If there's nothing wrong in your life, well, great, then fucking you're good, man. But if shit's not going the right way, well, there's fucking some light bulbs, some sirens that should be emergency situation. Woo, woo, woo. Fucking wake up. Shit's not going your way for a reason. If you've started a journey and you feel like giving up, take a fucking deep breath. Take a deep breath. Remember why you started. If you're looking at working on yourself and you want change in your life, remember why the change is necessary. Remember why the fuck you're feeling like shit. Remember all the stuff that you've fucking been going through and you've been through all your fucking life as to why you should start doing something about it. And it doesn't happen overnight. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's going to be fucking hard, but that's why you need the right environment. You need support. Change is very possible if you allow yourself to go through the process. And it does get easier as the time goes on. I've learned that. But there's still challenges. It's not supposed to be. It's going to be overwhelming. And that's where you go, well, I'm going to reset, refocus, recharge, rejuvenate, slow down, slow the fuck down. I'm going to have a couple days off, maybe take a week. Chill out, bro. Calm down. Think. Wow, what am I doing here? Why did I start? Why did I make these changes? What was I looking for? I wanted to grow. I wanted to become more successful. I wanted to overcome my fears. I wanted to overcome my doubts. I wanted to heal any trauma or pain that I've experienced or something that happened to me when I was 10 years old, and it's been with me since that time, and I've never addressed it. I've never exposed it. I've never loved on it. I've never loved myself. I wanted to learn to love myself. I've never believed in myself. I've never thought that I was enough. Oh, that's why I started. Oh, that's why I left that toxic relationship, because I was being abused. Oh, right. Sometimes we need that moment. And you want to grow too fast. A caterpillar's not in the fucking cocoon trying to be a turbocharger to turn into a fucking butterfly. It fucking sits there until the wings have grown. It doesn't just go in there for fucking 30 seconds and fucking oopsie daisy. Here we go. Got my fucking wings. Let's fucking go. Oh, come on. Yeah. Nah, man. The caterpillar doesn't give a shit about the time. He's just fucking in there in his cocoon. And he's like, all right, man, I'm going to be in here until the wings grow. And I'm going to stay in here until the wings grow strong enough so that when I'm ready and I can feel that they're strong enough, I'm going to fly the fuck away. And that's the beautiful journey of transformation. You know you're the best. And there are many lessons that you have to learn and you have to go through. And sometimes you do have to choose to quit, only to figure out 6 months later that you made the wrong decision. And sometimes you have to make those wrong decisions before you make the right decisions. And sometimes you have to be your own worst enemy and you have to be in your own way over and over and over and over again. Sometimes you might take 10 steps forward and then fall off and then not be where you want to be and not be feeling good, for you to realize that, damn, I kind of lost momentum. I've lost track. When you feel like giving up, remember why you started. Remember why. Keyword, why. Anything that you're doing, there has to be a connection. It has to be strong enough. Why do I do the podcast? Why do I speak the way I speak? Why do I show up? Why do I dance? Dancing for me used to be something I could only do when I was high or drunk. And now when I listen to music, because I've danced for so many years now sober, when I feel the music, because I've connected with it and I dance, I actually can do it. I didn't have rhythm when I was younger because I didn't feel connected to the music. I only felt that connection when I was high on fucking ecstasy or MDMA or cocaine or alcohol. I needed something to be in my body for me to feel that connection. It heightened my senses or whatever the fuck it did, right? But now to be able to connect with music that I enjoy listening to, that has a good vibe, good beat, man, I'm fucking in my element. I'm 16 again. Dancing definitely keeps me young. That's for sure. But I love that because I always needed something to make me feel confident. And what was it about? It was about it was about other people's opinions as well. Couldn't dance or move or whatever, or approach a girl, for example, because I didn't have the confidence to do it. And then why am I so passionate? Why? We're talking about the why, because when you feel like giving up, you got to connect the why. What is it within you that you haven't felt or that you want to feel or that's been really bothering you for so long? And so for me, I didn't feel enough. For me, it was the relationships that I was in, that I wanted to be in, that I wanted to pursue, that I went through rejection. I loved them. They didn't love me back. And when that happens a few times in your life, you don't feel good about yourself. You feel like you're not enough, like for real. And because of the lack of confidence that you have in yourself, and you feel insecure within yourself, insecure meaning like you don't see yourself very highly. You don't feel strong and confident in who you are. Then what is going to happen when someone rejects you or someone doesn't love you, but you love them and you want them and they don't love you back? I mean, that's just going to make you feel like this. For me, it made me feel like there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm not good enough. I remember this thought when I was living in Sydney, and I remember this thought and I was just like, maybe I'm just not good enough. Maybe I'm never going to meet the right person. Yeah, and see, and you can make that. I'm smiling because I'm just like, fuck you, because that can hurt you. That can destroy your soul. That can destroy you if you allow the journey of life to consume you. I could easily allow other people's actions or other people's decisions to define how I see myself. But back then, 6 or more years ago, it was around that time. It's just over 6 years ago, 6.5, 7 years ago, something like that. Yeah, I didn't see myself very well. I didn't have that loving relationship with myself, self-respect, confidence in myself of who I am. I'd never really become anything. I never believed you could build confidence in yourself. Being rejected and not accepted in a sense. And, there were relationships where I just settled for because I didn't want to be alone. I'd rather have a girlfriend than not. At least I got something. And so then there were the ones that I did want to be in, but still didn't work. And so those are the ones that made me feel like at the time, because I didn't feel enough and I felt insecure within myself. Those were the ones that I sat there and questioned and doubted. And there I sat there and thought, maybe I'm never going to meet the right person. Maybe that's just the way it is for me. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm not enough. Why is this happening to me? And I don't know if you can relate, but sometimes it's felt like that for me. It's like, why is that happening to me? Why have I not been able to attract that person into my life yet? And I know why. I'm not meant to. This is my journey. One of the reasons why I bring so much power, energy, and drive and force and passion is because I know that that person is there, but not yet. And I want to be able to give hope to everyone who tunes in that also feels the same, because it is a journey, and I'm not settling for less. I'm not just going to settle because I'm just like, oh, Luke, you're turning 40, you need to hurry up and settle down. Fuck, you're settling down, man. I will never settle just because I'm impatient. I'll never settle just because people's opinions, you know what I mean? Or because I'm getting older. It's just not in me. There is a why of like, I will keep going. I won't quit. I won't give up because of other people's opinions or because of this, I'm not enough because I'm not in a relationship. Whatever, man. There's so much more to be grateful for than to sit there and to think about, I don't have this, so that my life is not complete. Whatever's meant to happen, it will happen. You can't force things. So many of us are trying to force things that are not meant to happen, and then we get upset when it doesn't happen or doesn't work out. And that's the same thing as what I was going through. I was trying to force things, force relationships, and it wasn't natural. It was overwhelming. I can imagine for the other girls that I was, kind of trying to date. I'm like, fuck, this guy has lost it. He's just like, and I think about how I was acting. I was like, man, like I was really insecure. If that and the thing is, I notice it when I meet girls as well, and they message me, I notice them, even like doing what I used to do, and I'm like, oh shit, this person's like how I used to be, insecure. There has to be a balance, If there's just too much, then it's just like, whoa, like calm down, it needs to flow. You have to feel it. It's a dance, give and back and forth, right? And you'll feel it. That's why I say, like, if something feels off, it's off. You don't sit there questioning and go, oh my God, maybe it's this or maybe it's that or whatever. Nah, bro. When something is off, it's fucking off, and we have to trust that more. But because of the lack of confidence within ourselves, because of the lack of like the relationship with ourselves and knowing ourselves, we get scared. Time is going and life is moving very quickly, and and so that's why it's very, very easy if you don't have that self confidence in yourself and know your worth and love yourself. It's very easy to settle for something that is not for you, but it's just something that you go, well, at least I've got something, and I get it. This is my mindset, by the way. Like, I mean, by all means, the beautiful thing about my mindset and the way that I think, I have a very open mindset. So you could have a conversation with me one day and you could say, Luke, I was 44 and I've been through so many relationships, and, I met someone and, they ticked a fair amount of the boxes, but there were some things that that just didn't gel with me. But, given time and life and this and that, I kind of settled, because I enjoy a bit of their company, and sometimes it's nice to have someone around. But I'm getting older, and I just thought, it's the right thing for me to do, just to settle down. I would sit there and go, I'm happy for you. It's your life. It's your responsibility. How you choose to show up and what you choose to achieve and what you choose to settle for in your life is completely up to you. Forget this judgment of like, if you're listening to this right now and you're probably like, oh my gosh, like I settled, or I think if Luke met me, he'd probably be disappointed. Like, nah, man. Like, if there's anyone that's got a fucking open mind, it's me. It's me being able to sit there and listen to what you're going through in your life and understand where you're coming from. Because everyone's different. Get rid of this whole like, oh, this is how life should be. This is how you should do it. This is the only way. It's like, nah, man, there's fucking 50,000 ways. Everyone is an individual. Everyone has their own way of thinking, being, believing, all that stuff, man. And I really believe that what you think is right is right. And I can't change that. But going back to the why, the driver, there's a lot of that for me. Like a lot of like those rejections and not feeling enough that has like pushed me, to show up, to stay consistent, to keep growing. Of the pain of feeling bullied and rejected and called names, and the physical appearance of my body and not loving that part of me. And so that haunted me for so many years, and not feeling strong as a man either. You know what I mean? And I think I'm still not even there. Like I'm growing. And so it's a battle, it's a fight. that I'm on this journey within myself, for myself, to continue to fight back and to be able to live my dreams and to be able to attract the right people into my life. And that's something that's a journey. It's been 6 years now, 6.5 years. You can easily quit. You can easily give up. You can easily say it's too much. Like, there are so many times where I'm like doing stuff and I'm like, oh my God, I got to do this. Oh my God, I got to send a message here. I got to send this email. I got to do this. Oh my God, I got another appointment. I got this client. Oh my God, got to do coaching now. Oh my God, tomorrow I got another coaching session, and there's like, oh shit, I got to go to the gym. Fuck, got to wake up quick, hurry up. You know what I mean? Like, but that's life, man. If it's not this, it's something else. It's up to you to make yourself either busy or bored. You can be busy or bored. It's better to be busy doing something that you enjoy rather than to be doing something that you don't enjoy and be bored. It's better to be busy doing something that you enjoy rather than to be doing fuck all and be bored out of your fucking brains. So I'm very blessed that I've able to, have created a coaching program, to have a curriculum and a powerful product that people can invest in so that they can change their lives, which basically is just something that I put together because it's everything that I learned in terms of healing and personal development and self-love and reparenting yourself and building confidence and changing the way that you think. And that's why now, because I've taken this action over this time, it's 6.5 years, man. If I had given up after 1 year, man, I wouldn't even be here. You know what I mean? Like, it is the change of your life and the growth. It's so uncomfortable. It gets overwhelming. And then you just got to slow down and just go, man, if I don't change now, I'm basically succumbing and accepting that I'm going to be this way for the rest of my life. And so it's worth it. And so if you're in a space right now where you feel like giving up, take some time off. Sometimes we just push ourselves too much. And I've done this so many times. I've been burnt out. Like, fucking, one time I'd be burnt out so much that I couldn't even walk. Like, I'd worked myself to the core. And I remember it was a Thursday. I was in Dubai last year and I was fucked. I was lying in bed and I was just dead. Like, I couldn't move. I was literally like, and then I would have these episodes going to the gym. Like, my blood pressure would drop and I'd feel faint and didn't have any energy, and I had to get my personal trainer to drive me back to my apartment because I couldn't fucking drive. And even like this year, I burnt out again because I was just thinking so much and focusing so much and pushing so much. And what are we doing with the business? And how are we going to do this? And and the podcast and like all this stuff, like all the time. And I was just pushing and I was just on repeat every day. And I wasn't giving myself time off. And I wasn't consciously allowing myself the break, slow down. And then human connection became very, very important for me as well. I didn't realize how important human connection was. And even though I met some people in Dubai where I was living, I was like, man, I need to be around my family. So coming to Poland is actually a very big thing for me because, being around my sister and my nephew and family and stuff like that has also actually helped me as well. And I realized that my soul was like, I was working in this repetitive cycle in Dubai and I was pushing a lot. And I just got to this point where I was having fucking anxiety. I was having I was having fucking mental blanks. I couldn't even think straight. Yeah, I fucking ordered a bloody IV drip straight away, and fucking they came to the apartment, fucking IV drip into my arm to give me a boost of vitamins and energy and shit because I was like gone, And then I had a blood test just to double check, And I think that's the pretty cool things I really love about Dubai is everything is ordered. You order everything, whatever you want comes to your place. You don't have to go there and line up and sit in a medical center or anything like that. It's like you go online, order it, they come to your apartment, they do everything for you in the apartment. It's efficient. And that's really the basis of the lifestyle there in Dubai as well. Everything you can order. It's always about efficiency, And then what does that mean? It means that you have more time to be able to focus on the things that you want to do, which majority of it is probably business related. But depending on your lifestyle, you know what I mean? Maybe if you have a family, well, then all of these different types of services that are more efficient for you, especially like delivery and all that kind of stuff of whatever it is that you're ordering, makes a big difference because it means you don't have to go out and do it. So yeah, I kind of digressed into Dubai, but can't wait to go back there. It's an amazing place. I met some amazing people. If I didn't live where I lived in downtown Dubai, I wouldn't have met the extraordinary friends and network of of people that I have now. And that was a big investment too, to live there and stuff. And I'm definitely, I'll probably go back there and live a little bit. But I'm still now, I guess, on this path of, that's what I mean. You start this journey, it becomes unpredictable. You really have to say, I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm not giving up. Even when it gets hard, I'm going to slow down, reflect, recharge, rejuvenate, rethink, and remember why I started, and give myself time, love myself through this process, and then keep moving forward. There might be some screws loose. There might be some things that you just need to adjust a little bit. Ask your close friends for some advice or whatever it is, and then keep going. Because the journey is very unpredictable, but it's exciting. And even my life, living here in Poland now, which is something was a dream 6 years ago. And I'm like, well, am I meant to be here? Is this my home? And I felt very connected here. I enjoy the language. I love the culture, the cuisine, the food, the people, but is it my home? Is it where I'm meant to be? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I believe now, since I've been here for a bit, that, this could be a temporary home, somewhere where I come, for a few months of the year or whatever. And just because of who I am and how unpredictable my life is, it's very unlikely that, I will be here permanently, like ongoing, because of just how it is. And that's just, my life at the moment. But yeah, maybe in the future, if I, settle down and have a family and all that kind of stuff, well, then I'll definitely look at, different things. So it's more or less just like where you are right now. Don't overthink it, and don't think that you need to stay in one place, because then you put yourself under too much pressure. And what I've learned from Australia to Dubai to Poland, like, I'm just open, and if you allow yourself to be a little bit more open, and I know that a lot of you guys may have families and children and all that kind of stuff, but it's just more about having an open mind of focusing on your goals and your dreams and your aspirations and what it is that you want to achieve, and just knowing that it's a process. Have an open mind to the possibilities of things happening for you that you don't expect, because this is part of the journey. It becomes unpredictable. Don't expect that the same people will be in your life forever, because they won't. Just because you've known someone for 20 years doesn't mean they're going to be in your life forever. When you start to evolve and grow, not everyone will grow with you. You don't want to drain yourself or lose the energy, because you want people to grow with you and you're trying to bring them up with you. And as Lisa Nichols says, so many of us are trying to walk through the door, and we're trying to take everyone with us. And this journey right now for you is not for everyone. The door can only fit you. And once you go through that door, the door closes. There's no room for anyone else. And so many of us are not growing. We're not getting to that next level of success because we're trying to take too many people with us. Hence why we're not moving, we're drained, we're not going in the right direction, we're confused. And this is definitely one of the hardest parts of the challenge, is to realize that this journey was meant for you only. And the loss of the old version of yourself and your old life is something that hurts, because you'll also lose people when you start to grow into your true authentic self. But as well, the one person that you will not lose if you don't give up on yourself, you know who that is. And I believe that if you're willing to sacrifice it all for your freedom and for your authenticity, you'll never lose yourself, and you'll never lose the right people. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode on the Luke Mind Power podcast. And if you haven't left me a 5-star rating and a review, please go ahead and do that. It means a lot to me, and it just exposes my podcast to more people. And if you're watching on Facebook, share this live with your pages and share more positivity, because I can only imagine how challenging it is out there. And I feel like it's getting worse. I feel like we are going through a really challenging collectively. The energy, I can feel it because I'm very sensitive. I would say that I'm definitely an empath, so I feel energy. I'm very, very sensitive to that. And I can feel how dense it is on Earth right now. And so that is going to create a lot of restriction and resistance, and it's going to be it's going to become a lot harder to kind of vibrate on a higher frequency, and then and we're going to go through a lot more, with the amount of shit that's going on around the world, a lot more depression, a lot more anxiety, a lot more unhappiness, and so, my mission and this podcast is so important, to be part of the solution, and the people that are putting out genuine good energy, like genuine good energy, real authentic shit to like help you unlock your greatness and step out of dysfunction so you can live your dreams, not your fears. All right. So I love you guys. I'll see you on the next episode. I appreciate you all. I'll talk to you soon.